where I said that just looking at who was sitting on the dais, you could see that the BJP has had a much better, much sounder HR policy, human resources policy or human resources management policy than the Congress party, which is the reason, which is one of the key reasons why the party has risen as much as it's risen, and it has produced talent across the board. And then we had counted that so many former presidents were either being sworn in or one of them was in fact the vice president. So the party already boasted so many former presidents who had risen, so many former general secretaries, etc., etc. So party has been good at picking up talent early on and building it, creating a competitive environment so people grow by competing amongst themselves. That's how companies grow. That's how sporting teams grow. That's how parties grow. Now, a little over 3 years after that, does the party pass that test? Now, the verdict would be a little complex, and I would leave it to you to draw that verdict, because Karta Clutter is more about giving you the facts and analyzing them and decluttering them, as the name of the show indicates. So I will try and confine myself to that. But let me first of all tell you the big changes in the BJP today. You might have also seen this being discussed on your TV channels, etc. But the basic thing is that BJP has now produced a completely new look. Everybody is not new, but I will tell you why I say completely new look. Parliamentary Board, that is the BJP Parliamentary Board. Now, BJP Parliamentary Board is a little bit different from what we might have got used to in the Congress times, the Congress Parliamentary Board. This is different because Congress has a working committee. In the BJP, the Parliamentary Board is in a way, the supreme decision-making committee. It is the Politburo equivalent or Congress Working Committee equivalent in the Indian context. So this is a very powerful body. Now in this one, 5 vacancies had continued on for quite some time. The last Parliamentary Board had been constituted in 2014 by Amit Shah when he was party president. And since then there had been no change. Meanwhile, 5 vacancies had arisen. And why did that 5 vacancies arose? Because 2 of the members then got elevated to constitutional positions. That is, Venkaiah Naidu became Vice President of India and Thawar Chand Gehlot became Governor of Karnataka. And unfortunately, 3 others, relatively younger, were taken away by God. So that is Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj and Anand Kumar. These 5 vacancies had continued in what is after all only an 11-member committee. So all this while these decisions were being made by a truncated parliamentary board, which tells you the first change the BJP has seen in the post-2019 era, that its internal bodies, decision-making bodies, maybe don't matter as much as they used to, because if that was the case, then its supreme decision-making body, its working committee or its Politburo would not be down to a strength of a little over half, a little over 50%. Only 6 left out of 11, of which 1 is the Prime Minister, 1 is the party president, and 1 is the Home Minister. So that is 3 of them. Now these vacancies have been filled. So look at the full list. You will see on my screen the full list of Parliamentary Board. I will read it out to you also. JP Nadda, the party president; Narendra Modi, Prime Minister; Rajnath Singh, Raksha Mantri; Amit Shah, Grah Mantri, Home Minister. And then some surprising names come in. One surprising name now is B.S. Yediyurappa. Now Yediyurappa has had a love-hate relationship with the High Command. In fact, I will share a link with you, but a couple of years back I had written a full national interest article saying how B.S. Yediyurappa was the one BJP regional leader, one chief minister who could stand on his own when it came to facing the party high command. He did his own thing. He wasn't just somebody who waited for missives or orders from the high command. He was a leader in his own right, and he was defying the high command on many issues. He got removed as chief minister. At that point, you could have said that, look, you wrote this 2 years back, but now the party has got even and party has restored the balance, that the party is supreme and he is now sidelined and finished. The party further underlined that point by not giving his son any position. The least he wanted for his son was a nomination as MLC, Member of Legislative Council. Even that wasn't given to his son. And once again, this impression grew that he'd be now fully and entirely sidelined, particularly as a fellow Lingayat from his caste. Mr. Bomai was made the Chief Minister of the state. Now he stages a spectacular comeback and he comes to Parliamentary Board. So obviously, Karnataka is heading for elections not in less than a year now. It's obvious that BJP's government has a lot of crisis there and its house is divided. So they don't want Yediyurappa on a loose end becoming a kind of rebel with a cause, not a rebel without a cause. So this is an outreach to him to bring him back into the mainstream. Somehow to say, look, we take you very seriously. Whether he will count for very much, I don't know. This looks like something that this Modi Shah BJP has done uncharacteristically, because they don't usually appease those रूठे हुए को मनाना ये नहीं चाहते हैं ना जानते हैं. They let people be. If you are sulking, go to hell, right? It's a bit like that. But in this case, a sulking old leader has been brought back. So that is one very interesting name. Then you have Sarbanan Sonawal from Assam. Again, a very interesting name. Former Chief Minister, but currently counts for very little. If he counted for very much as the Chief Minister, in fact, even when he was the Chief Minister, all the power was with his deputy, that is Himanta Biswa Sharma. So Himanta Biswa Sharma was then made Chief Minister. Sarbanan was sidelined and he was brought to the center as a cabinet minister. Now, what cabinet position does he have? What's his portfolio? Let me ask you. And I'm quite sure, hand on your heart, more than 90% of you would not know what his portfolio is. And you know what? It doesn't matter, because I don't think he counts for very much in his portfolio. On paper, his portfolios are not bad. He's got ports and shipping, Ayush, but ports and shipping infrastructure, a lot of it is done at other levels in this government. You've seen him very low profile, rarely visible, but once again, his appointment in Parliamentary Board is a signal to Himanta Biswa Sharma, who is very powerful, very ambitious, very well networked in Delhi and very well networked in the party at various levels, because Himanta Biswa Sharma is an old-fashioned politician. So this is also a way of putting Himanta Biswa Sharma in his place, that don't grow too big for your sandals. And who knows, tomorrow the party may reward him with something bigger, but right now this is a message to him. Again, very surprising entrant to Parliamentary Board, because again a name that counts for very little. Then K. Lakshman. Now K. Lakshman is a multiple times MLA from Telangana, and BJP has big ambitions in Telangana. That's why the BJP this time has had its executive committee meeting in Telangana. So K. Lakshmanan is from there. He is heading the BJP's OBC Morcha. So that gets him like an OBC representative, but he's not the only one in Parliamentary Board. And he's recently been given Rajya Sabha from Uttar Pradesh as well. Again, not somebody who you would imagine counts in the BJP. And thereby lies a story. And I will read out the other names before telling you what that story is. So Iqbal Singh Lalpura, who is he? Quiz contest. Who is Iqbal Singh Lalpura? Now I will tell you. Iqbal Singh Lalpura used to be an IPS officer in Punjab. He has served in many key districts, many key positions in Punjab. He retired in 2012. After retiring, he joined the BJP. He joined the BJP, did not make much of a mark in politics, because you know that one state which does not take so kindly to Narendra Modi, or which is not so susceptible to his magic or his sway, is Punjab. So it's very difficult, particularly for a Sikh politician, to join the BJP and to get elected in Punjab. So Iqbal Singh Lalpura is one of those who joined the BJP, but he is a rare Sikh leader from Punjab in the BJP. He was later made, he was secretary of the party. He was also then made chairman of the National Minorities Commission. Then he left it to contest. He came back. He is now chairman of the Minorities Commission as a Sikh, so chairman of the Minorities Commission is the second Sikh to be chairman of the Minorities Commission. The earlier one was my old friend Siddhartha Lochan Singh, who was a wonderful man who also used to work in the Rashtrapati Bhavan with Gyani Zail Singh and ran his life entirely. So Iqbal Singh Galpura comes into the BJP's highest decision-making body. How much weight does it carry? That is not the important question. Question is, does the new BJP want its parliamentary board members to carry any weight or much weight at all? Next member, again a new member, is Sudha Yadav. Once again, let me ask you who? And I'm not being impolite to anybody. Once again, the political point is that these are political people who are hardly known, who don't carry the weight to be members of BJP Parliamentary Board. If BJP is now bringing them into this body, there must be a purpose to it. Sudha Yadav is a politician from Haryana. Her husband used to be an officer in the BSF who had died in combat on the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. After that, she was admitted to BJP. In 1999, that is the Kargil year, she contested elections and she defeated that year Rao Inderjit Singh, who has held that seat, who and his father held that seat like a family seat, because that's a Yadav dominated or a he dominated seat in Haryana, that is southern Haryana, the Mahendragarh area. Now, she was brought into the party and she was asked to contest in 1999. Remember, very important point. In 1999, the young, upcoming, but not that prominent politician from the BJP who was in charge of Haryana was Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi, she caught Narendra Modi's eye and she was asked to contest. So obviously she is known Narendra Modi since then and vice versa, and she is now joined Parliamentary Board. Now she is the other OBC in Parliamentary Board. Once again, what does she bring to the table? Besides being a good presence around the table, I presume saying yes to most things, if not to all, I don't know, because she does not bring any amount of political clout with her, a vote bank, anything. Sudha Yadav, in fact, at this point, was not even a secretary, is a former secretary. Then Satyanarayan Jatia. Satyanarayan Jatia is a veteran. He is now 76, going on to 77. Satyanarayan Jatia has been a member and a parliamentary board member also, if I remember correctly, in Mr. Vajpayee's time. But he is a Dalit. So he is a kind of one Dalit. So he fills a Dalit slot in parliamentary board. And then there is BL Santosh. BL Santosh is the secretary of parliamentary board, but he is also the kind of RSS nominee, but that is customary as general secretary of the BJP. That is the cricket team or the 11-member group constituting the new BJP Parliamentary Board. If you see this, you also have to see the second thing that they have built with this. The second thing they have built with this is their election committee. Now, Parliamentary Board is 11 members, election committee is 15 members. Election committee now has 4 more members, and those names are also very interesting, and those names tell us something else or raise some more questions. Those names are Bhupendra Yadav, who is a very prominent minister now, up and coming young leader. There is Devendra Fadnavis, again a very prominent leader, Deputy Chief Minister in Maharashtra, an up and coming leader, again like late 40s, early 50s, that's where these people are. Besides that, Vanathi Srinivasan. Now, Vanathi Srinivasan is from the south, from Tamil Nadu. Again, not somebody who's well known. It's not as if BJP has big ambitions. It may have ambitions, but big prospects in Tamil Nadu. And Om Mathur, who's been a veteran, particularly he's been involved in Gujarat, and Gujarat's going to have elections this year. But once again, it doesn't quite stand to reason that two really bright, hard-working, successful, upwardly mobile politicians, that is Bhupendra Yadav and Devendra Fadnavis, have not been taken in parliamentary board. Now, if you look at all these, also think of people who've been excluded. Now, BJP, when we talked about the BJP's HR policy being good, we talked about how they promoted young people in a graded manner. And in the organization, they became secretaries, then general secretaries, then vice presidents, then maybe president, and usually it's from general secretary that they come to the parliamentary board. This is that unique occasion where barring BL Santosh, who's an organization person, who's an RSS person, no general secretary of the BJP is in parliamentary board. Again, really bright, upwardly mobile people have been generally ignored. Look at Dharmendra Pradhan, for example. And there are many others. Now, if you want to look at the BJP's hierarchy, then General Secretary is the key position in the BJP, and BJP's parliamentary board is 11. Then the number of BJP General Secretaries is 9. Arun Singh, Sunil Bansal, who's just been pulled out of UP and sent to West Bengal, Kailash Vijayvargiya, Dushant Gautam, D. Purundeshwari, NTR's daughter, C.T. Ravi from Karnataka, Tarun Chugh from Punjab, Dilip Saikia from Assam, Vinod Tawade, who's been very prominent lately, from Maharashtra. None of these general secretaries has made it to parliamentary board. That is unusual for the BJP, because if you go back to the Vajpayee era, see the people Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Advani promoted to parliamentary board early, because they were the founders of this HR policies of Pramod Mahajan, Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj, Venkaiah Naidu, Anant Kumar. These were brought into parliamentary board in the Vajpayee Advani era. That obviously is not happening right now, and that shows us a certain change in the BJP. Now, besides general secretaries, look at the vice presidents. BJP also has a dozen vice presidents. Once again, a full cricket team and a 12th man. And I can read out all the names to you, but I'm not sure you will know most of these names. Why are they vice presidents? I don't know. What does the BJP's vice president do? I don't know. In fact, we once did a story on what do they do, and I'll share a link with you. So these are Raman Singh, 3 times former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh and a formidable leader in that region, vice president, which basically means put to pasture. Vasundhara Raje Sandhya from Rajasthan, Radha Mohan Singh, former Agriculture Minister, Raghubar Das, former Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Bajyant Panda, who left BJD hoping that the BJP will give him something. They've given him the sinecure of a vice presidentship with very little else to do and very little else by way of power. Then there is Saudan Singh, who came on loan from the RSS, so you haven't seen very much of him here and there. He is not that prominent. Rekha Verma, Bharti Benshal, DK Aruna, M. Chouaba O from the northeast, Abdullah Kutti. Now that's rare to see a Muslim name, Abdullah Kutti. So the BJP has a vice president called Abdullah Kutti, but he's one of the 12. I'm not suggesting he's the 12th man out of the 12, because I said cricket team and 12th man, but he is one of the 12. Dilip Ghosh from West Bengal, who we see often. So none of the 9 general secretaries and 12 vice presidents have made to parliamentary board. None of the chief ministers have made it to parliamentary board. That's also unusual, particularly since Rajnath Singh started the practice of admitting chief ministers to parliamentary board. In fact, Narendra Modi as Chief Minister of Gujarat was the first to join parliamentary board. So that is also gone. On the contrary, 2 secretaries of the party in the organization at the top, secretary is the lowest rung. So again, good HR practice means go 1, 2, 3 like that. So 2 secretaries have been promoted straight to parliamentary board, leapfrogging general secretaries and vice presidents. And these 2, as you can imagine, are Iqbal Singh Lalpura and Sudha Yadav. Now these are very unconventional changes for the BJP. And then you can see the departures. On the people who've been dropped, the 2 key people who've been dropped out of the 6 that survived the original parliamentary board are Nitin Gadkari, by far the most popular of the ministers in this cabinet, and maybe that's why a little bit of a problem. And also Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who's now looks like who's being systematically sidelined and his powers being taken away. Now, you can draw your own conclusions, but I will give you a few highlights that I see, a few takeaways from these changes, and then we'll conclude. 1, this is probably the first time when no general secretary of the party is in parliamentary board, no vice president of the party is in parliamentary board, no chief minister, is in the parliamentary board. One former party president who is an active politician has been dropped, right? And another former party president has retired, that is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, retired or retired hurt. You draw that conclusion. I leave the choice to you because after having become vice president, general view was that he might have expected to get the next job in the same hierarchy, but that hasn't happened with him. And there are other changes. For example, looks like the BJP is now going away from the 75-year age limit because Satyanarayan Jatiya is 76 going on to 77, and most importantly Yediyurappa is 79. So by the time Karnataka election is concluded, he will be very much past 80. So you see one more rule being broken. So all these indicate to us major changes in the BJP in HR area, and what that means is conclusion that I might draw or that you might draw, that BJP now being in power and being so centralized is fast becoming Congressized, because Congress had the high command culture and Congress did quite well with the high command culture for a long time until it became unsustainable. It still has it, but the BJP is now building a high command culture where the power resides in one or two people, currently in two or three people, and the rest of the party leaders are essentially bit players. They may be general secretaries, vice presidents, chief ministers, former presidents.